What's up, traders? If you've been using version 2.4 of the Premium CCT MT5 Bot, this video is for you, because version 2.9 is a massive upgrade. This is not a minor patch. This is a complete overhaul with features that bring the bot in line with the Premium CCT Indicator v3.5. We're talking multiple POI detection. The bot can now track as many levels as form, not just one. Fair value gaps, fully integrated with visualization and mitigation tracking. Turtle soup entries, a completely new entry type. 4 different C3 confirmation modes, so you can fine-tune how the bot confirms entries. And full time zone support for your trading sessions. I'm going to walk you through every new feature and setting so you know exactly how to configure this bot for your trading style. And quick reminder, a lot of you in the community have been asking for a discount, so to celebrate this v2.9 launch, we're doing 30% off until February 5th. The code is CCT30. This works on all our services, including the bot, the indicator, and our signals subscription. Link to the dtctools.com is in the description. If you're completely new to the CCT strategy, I recommend watching the indicator tutorial first to understand the core concepts. Link is in the description. All right, let's get into the new features. The first major addition is setup type selection. In version 2.4, the bot only tracked POI setups. Now you have 3 options. POI only. This is the original behavior. The bot uses the high or low of the candle that got swept as your entry level. TS only. This stands for turtle soup. Instead of using the swept level, it uses the opposite extreme of the setup candle itself. So for a bullish setup, it uses the low of the breakout candle, giving you a shallower entry point. And both. This tracks POI and turtle soup setups at the same time. Each one has its own conditions, its own entry logic, its own TP and SL. I personally run it on both because it gives me more opportunities. If the POI setup triggers first, great. If the turtle soup triggers first, that's also a valid entry. You get flexibility. If you're more conservative and only want the original POI logic, just set it to POI only. Next up, multiple POI detection. This was one of the most requested features. In version 2.4, the bot could only track one POI level at a time, the most recent one. But what if price broke through multiple historical levels? Those are all potential entry zones. Now you have 2 settings that control this. POI lookback. This tells the bot how many HTF candles to scan back for untouched levels. Default is 50. If you want to see older levels, increase this. If you want fewer levels, decrease it. Max POI count. This controls how many POI levels to track at once. You can set this anywhere from 1, which gives you the old single POI behavior, all the way up to 10 or more depending on your preference. On the chart, you'll now see multiple POI lines at different price levels. Each one is labeled POI 1, POI 2, POI 3, and each one tracks its own C1, C2, C3 conditions independently. The labels show condition progress in brackets. If you see bracket 1, 2, dash bracket, that means C1 and C2 are met, C3 is pending. The info panel gives you a summary, how many POIs were found, how many are active, how many triggered entries, and how many were rejected due to R:R. This is powerful for confluence. When you see multiple POIs stacked close together, that's a strong zone. And if one entry gets stopped out, the bot might catch another entry at a deeper level. Let's talk more about the turtle soup feature since it's completely new. When you have setup type set to TS only or both, you'll see a separate line on the chart, usually in purple or magenta. That's your turtle soup level. The TS label shows condition progress just like POI, bracket 1, 2, 3 bracket, when all conditions are met, or dashes for conditions still pending. The key difference is where the level is. For a bullish setup, the POI level is up at the high that got broken. The TS level is down at the low of that same candle. It's a shallower entry. All the same logic applies. The bot tracks C1, C2, C3 conditions for the TS level separately. It calculates its own SL based on the retracement low, its own TP based on your TP mode settings. You can also control whether to show TS lines on the chart with the Show TS Lines toggle in visual settings. This is a big one. C3 condition modes. In version 2.4, C3 was simple. For a bullish setup, price had to close above the retracement high. That's it. In version 2.9, you now have 4 different ways the bot can confirm C3. Let me break these down. Candle high/low. This is identical to version 2.4 behavior. For bullish, C3 triggers when price closes above the highest point during the retracement. Simple and straightforward. FVG mode. This is brand new. For a bullish setup, C3 requires price to close above the lowest bearish FVG that formed during the retracement. The logic here is that bearish FVGs represent selling pressure. When price closes above 1, it shows buyers have absorbed that selling. It's a different kind of momentum confirmation. Either mode, C3 triggers when either the candle condition or the FVG condition is met, whichever comes first. This gives you faster entries. If price closes above the retracement high before reclaiming an FVG, you still get your signal. Both mode. This is the most conservative. C3 only triggers when both conditions are satisfied. Price must close above the retracement high and close above the relevant FVG. Fewer signals, but higher quality confirmation. In the info panel and on the chart labels, you'll now see C3 broken down into subconditions. You'll see something like C:Y, F:"N, meaning the candle condition is met, but the FVG condition is not. This helps you understand exactly what the bot is waiting for. Fair value gaps are now fully integrated into the bot, not just for C3 conditions, but with full visualization. Let me walk through the FVG settings. Show FVG turns the visualization on or off. Even if you turn this off, FVGs are still tracked internally for C3 conditions if you're using FVG mode. Extend right controls how far the FVG boxes stretch into the future. Default is 20 bars. Max boxes limits how many FVG boxes appear on screen. Default is 50. The bot automatically removes the oldest ones when this limit is reached. Min size filters out tiny FVGs. If you only want significant gaps, set this to maybe 10 or 20 points. 0 shows everything. For mitigation, when price fills an FVG, you have two options. Show mitigated keeps the box visible, but changes its color to gray. Delete mitigated removes the box entirely once it's filled. I prefer keeping mitigated FVGs visible so I can see the full history. You also have visual customization. Show midline draws a dotted line at the 50% level of each FVG. Show label adds text labels. Border width controls line thickness. And you have 3 color themes: dark for dark chart backgrounds, light for light backgrounds, and custom, where you can pick your own exact colors for bullish, bearish, and mitigated FVGs. The info panel shows FVG counts, how many bullish, how many bearish, and the current C3 FVG level that the bot is watching. The session settings got a major upgrade with full time zone support. You can now select your session time zone: Eastern Standard Time, UTC, Greenwich Mean Time, Central European Time, Japan Standard Time, Australian Eastern Standard Time, Greenwich Mean Time +5, or broker time. This ensures your session times are interpreted correctly regardless of your broker's server time. If you need precise control, you can enable manual broker UTC offset and set your broker's exact offset from UTC. Each session now has a name field: London, New York, Asian, or whatever you want to call them. These names show up in the info panel so you always know which session is active. The start and end times are still fully customizable. And if you don't want to use sessions at all, just disable all 3 and the bot trades 24/7. The info panel now has 2 display modes: compact and full. Compact mode gives you the essentials in a smaller space. You get trend status, direction, C3 mode, POI counts, TS status with conditions, FVG counts, and trade status. Everything you need at a glance without taking up too much screen space. Full mode shows everything: all the compact info plus detailed POI breakdowns. Up to 3 PO is listed with their individual condition states. You see the C3 subconditions for each one, SL and momentum levels, full FVG mitigation counts, and more session details. Use compact for live trading when you want a clean chart. Use full when you're learning, debugging, or want to see exactly what the bot is tracking. Let's recap everything new in version 2.9. Setup type selection: POI, turtle soup, or both. Multiple POI detection: track as many levels as form on your chart. Full turtle soup implementation with independent condition tracking. 4 C3 condition modes: candle, FVG, either or both. Built-in FVG system with visualization and mitigation tracking. Full time zone support for trading sessions. And compact versus full info panel modes. Now, as I mentioned at the start, we're running a 30% discount until February 5th to celebrate this update. The code is CCT30. This works on everything: the Premium CCT Indicator, the MT5 Bot, and our monthly signals subscription. Just head to the dtctools.com, enter the code at checkout, and you're set. Link is in the description, and I'll pin a comment with the code. But remember, February 5th is the deadline. This update brings the MT5 Bot fully in sync with the indicator, so now you have the same powerful features whether you're using alerts or full automation. If you have questions about any of these settings, drop them in the comments. If this was helpful, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one. Trade safe.